Hey folks, it's Chad again with another walk around video. This time it's going to be of the 2023 Caravel 22 FB. There's a lot of twos in this one. So this is one of my two favorite floor plans. The first one's going to be the 19 CB. I do have a video of that one. I'll link it above. If you haven't seen that yet, check it out. My other favorite floor plan is the 22 FB as far as Caravels and Bambi goes. Now the Caravel and Bambi is going to be the same floor plan, just different amenities. Hopefully I'll be able to have soon a Caravel versus Bambi video. Don't have that yet, but hopefully I'll have that soon. If you're interested in seeing that video, be sure to click the subscribe button so you can see when that pops up. Otherwise, if you have any questions about Airstream, particularly this Caravel or any other Airstream, be sure to reach out. My contact information is below. Otherwise, let's jump into a walk around of the Caravel 22 FB. Now, starting a walk around, I'm going to do kind of just a sweep around the outside. The Caravel 22 is going to be very similar to the 20 as far as length goes. It measures 22 feet 2 inches. Your hitch weight's going to be 525 pounds. Your base weight is going to be 4,200 pounds, and then your gross weight is going to be 5,000 pounds. And really, when it comes to the Caravel line, a lot of the pretty much 5,000 pounds is going to be very similar across until I think you get down to the 16B, 16RB. As you're going to see a little bit of difference in weight. Decent little bit of storage there. That's going to be under the bed on the inside. Excuse me. That door there is insulated there. Now it does pull. If you haven't seen any videos yet of an Airstream, this latch does pull that door against the sill, so it really helps to seal that door off. You are going to have the manual zippy awning as well as manual stabilizers. Now on the Caravel, you are going to get the really nice hand-built battery box. Now this particular one actually is equipped with the AGM batteries. There's two of those in there already. So if you're looking for a Caravel and this one's still available, this would be a good one to jump into because those batteries are already included and you wouldn't have to pay for those separately, where normally, at least with 2023s, you're having to pay for the batteries on top of the purchase price. You're going to have two 30-pound tanks, propane tanks in that front cover there. You'll have the electric ton jack. You're going to have a single Dexter axle. It is independent and it has the Dexter brakes. There's also automatic adjusting, so there's not much you have to do with that. The Caravel does give you an aluminum step. If it's the Bambi, it would be a steel step. And then coming around to the back, this Caravel does have the optional window awning. So you'll have a window awning on the back. You're also going to have the hand-built windows on a Caravel, very similar to a Flying Cloud. And you're going to have that bumper that sticks out that you would get on the Flying Cloud and going up as far as the options go. And then you'll see on the driver's side or non-campsite side, another window awning to help with some shade from the sun. You are going to have separate black and gray tanks with the 22 foot. Your fresh water is going to measure 23 gallons, your gray at 30 gallons, and then your black tank at 17 gallons. And then you'll see right there the pulls for the gray and black tank. And there's a little camp light there. It's right there. To light up at night. And then you have a storage area for your stinky hose or your sewer hose. You do have a hot and cold shower, outside shower, I should say. You're also going to have your city water inlet's going to have a pressure regulator built into it. We do recommend still using a regulator, but that is built in. And then there is a black tank flush. Your cable input is there. And then with the Caravel and really all of the Airstream travel trailers are now going to come with the smart plug. The smart plug is awesome. It's so much easier to use. And then you're also getting more metal to metal contact. So it's just a better system. So there's a nice look from the non-campsite side. You can see the port windows. Now that main window there does open. The port windows obviously don't open. And then you do have the tankless hot water heater there. And then standard with the Caravel is going to be the rock guards. Those are stainless steel. Everything else is going to be aluminum as far as the exterior skin. And then you've got the solar guards there. This front solar guard, that does open. You do need to open that to be able to open that main window there, which is something you're probably going to want to do at some point when you're camping. So this is the outside of the 22-foot Caravel. The thing I like about the 22-foot, it's a great weight. It's an SUV friendly weight, but it also gives you plenty of room on the inside where if you're needing to stay lighter, but you're still wanting a lot of room in a nice bathroom, this is the floor plan. So speaking of the nice bathroom and the nice floor plan, let's jump to the inside and check out that floor plan. Moving to the inside of the Caravel, like I've talked about the door pretty much in every video, but I just feel like it's such an important thing to talk about with just Airstream in general. They're hand built at the factory by the Airstream artisans. It takes them about 8 hours to build, but the reason we talk about it so much is it shuts like a vault. And it's hard to show this over video, but if you've never been to, if you've never done it, go to a store, to a dealership, go to the factory, shut a door, because it shows you just the sound of a vault. It gives you that sense of quality when it comes to an Airstream. So first thing I'm going to do is hit the battery disconnect. That is a remote disconnect. And then you've got some switches here that does have dimming lights as I go in. And then one of the things about the 22 FB that makes it so great is this awesome rear bath. With a lot of Airstreams, you're going to have that split bath. But with the 22-foot and the 23-foot, you're going to have this excellent rear bathroom. There's good storage underneath right there. And then storage down here under the sink. You have a nice porcelain toilet there. It does sit up a little bit high, so it'll be great for the taller folks. There's plenty of room around this one. The most roomy commode in the Airstream, outside of probably the 20 or the 33-foot classic. So 33-foot classic. That's going to be the best bathroom, but this will be a good second, third best. As far as the room in the, let's see here, let me get this flipped around. As far as room, I kind of got this flipped around, but as far as the room and the shower, I'm going to step in. There's a little bit of a step. I'll show that to you in a second. I'm 5'10". There's plenty of room here as far as 5'10" goes. If you're taller than 5'10", if you're 6 foot, you can fit. I've seen some fairly taller guys get in here and you kind of bend down, but the shower head you are able to pull that up and move that around. And with the seat, you can sit down if you need to as well. I'm going to step out here and flip the camera back around. And then there is a little bit, you can see there, of a step into the shower. It's not too bad. And you can see the shower selector there. And this does have, with the 2023, it does have the, let's turn the lights on. So to cut these on, you swipe up and they cut on. It does have the tankless hot water heater, so the on-demand hot water heater. Now, as far as the length, as I mentioned, is 22 feet 2 inches. So there's a lot of room in a short, light camper. You have a nice wardrobe right there. You're going to have a decent refrigerator there. Now, if you need a bigger refrigerator, you may want to consider the Flying Cloud 23-foot. You'll get a little bit bigger refrigerator. And then this TV does swing around, so you're able to see that from the bed as well as from the dinette. And then the dinette is here. That does turn into a sleeping space, so that table will go down. It's 75 foot, or 75 foot, good night, that would be such a long bed. 75 inches long, so you can fit a fairly tall person in that U-shaped dinette. And the nice thing about the U-shaped dinette is you are able to set, to seat a good group of folks there. That door opening sounds like a ghost coming. Okay. And then the other thing with this table, and a lot of the Airstream tables are going to have this setup here as far as the table goes to push that down. But if you unlock that top one, you can actually turn this table, easier to do with two hands, but you can turn it sideways, and then there's a lock on the top that will allow you to lock this, and then you can move it from side to side to make more room depending on how you want to use it. If you want to set it up to be more of a desk, you can do that. Or if you need to pull it out so that more, larger person or adults can fit there in the back, you can do that as well. It's such a great idea that Airstream did. And that's the same or very similar dinette that you get on the 23-foot Flying Cloud and International. And then moving around to the kitchen. So you are going to have the optional, is it optional? I need to double check that. I'll put that on the video on the microwave. That might be standard on the Caravel, but so I think it is an optional convection microwave. It's also air fryer. And then there's some additional storage. There's like a little pantry right there. And then there's some storage underneath. Not a huge bit of storage, but there is some storage there. And then under the sink, you're going to have your trash can. You also have your silverware organizer that like every Airstream comes with. There's a nice stainless steel sink. It is a surface mount stainless steel sink. You see that there. And it's a good size sink too for a smaller 22-foot camper. And then you do have a residential style faucet that does allow you to pull it out. You have the port windows. You've got a nice power connect or power input there. The vent here does vent to the outside, and you can also see how large that vent is. It's actually, it's bigger than the vent in my house. And then the fantastic 3-burner stovetop. I honestly wish that they would put that stove in all of the Airstreams and not just the Caravel. But that's the one that gets it. If you want that stovetop, you got to go for the Caravel and the 22-foot. And then there's some good storage above the sink here, or above the kitchen, I should say. I'll show you the other side. And then here you've got your entertainment setup. So you're going to have the JL audio radio. It has the Bluetooth, FM, AM. There's also HDMI port there. And then USB. And there's also a power plug right there. And there's a cover for the radio if you want to cover that. And then there's a great little shelf right here for like an Apple TV or a Roku or something of that nature could go there. I would probably put an Apple TV there. And then moving to the bedroom area, it's a fantastic bed. It's actually 80 inches long. I'll put the full dimension on the screen for this. It's 80 inches long. And then you do have power right there. So yeah, the camera. Oh yeah, it did a good job. So you've got both power, 110 power, and then USB. All right, there's your light. Let's see. There we go. 110 power and USB, and then there's a little cubby right there to store a few things. You have a nice shelf above the bed here, kind of the bed rest, and then there is a nice little bit of storage right there in the front part of the bed to store, pillows if you wanted to, but I think that would be a great place to put some blankets. And then you have some more storage above the bed, similar to what you're going to have over the kitchen. And then you have that fantastic panoramic window that goes all the way across. Now that window opens, the center window opens, and this window opens. So you get a good amount of windows opening. That window opens as well. And then you have a fantastic fan right there that would get a really good breeze coming through. And then one thing I didn't mention with the Caravel, so you do get the Airstream ducted AC. So this is going to have the ductwork all in it. The AC is actually sitting right about here where my hand is. So it's sitting about right there. So it goes up and then turns back and goes up into the AC unit. That's part of what makes it a quieter system, about 30% quieter than what you're going to see with one that just drops down, which would be the Bambi. So the Caravel is going to have a significantly quieter AC versus the Bambi. That's going to be one of your big upgrades or differences. And then there is some storage underneath the bed, which is right there. And you have a little pull out, but you can also lift this and you can see all of the storage that you're going to get underneath. And then some of that's going to be up front. It's going to push all the way to the front. That section over there is that storage that's outside that I showed you before we came in. So a ton of storage. You do get these tubs with the Airstream that come standard, and you can get an idea of what that bed looks like when it's up in the air. If you've made it to this point in the video, first of all, thank you. I really appreciate every view, every comment, every subscriber. It's been so cool to get to connect to some of you and answer questions. And I've got to meet some of you in person, actually help some of you find your next RV. If you are looking for your next RV, whether it's an Airstream or something else, I'd love to be the person to help you find that RV. My contact information is below. If you have any questions about the Caravel 22FB or any other Airstream that we have out there, feel free to reach out. Other than that, I hope you're having a great day, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.